Hello guys, welcome back. So I want to make you something extra for Patreon. I know you've been getting a lot of stuff lately, but I haven't done like a face on camera thing for a while. I want to talk to you about, we all go through tough times in our faith. We all go through very low points with our gods. It's just human nature, and it's not just us. The Christians go through it too. I grew up in Catholicism, and there are thousands, if not millions, of books of like what to do when you run out of faith. Why did God move? Why isn't God answering me? Why isn't God giving me this thing I want? Why did God take my loved ones? Every topic you could think of, every problem you could think of, they have it too. It's not just us. We're not getting picked on because we pick pagan gods. And I know sometimes it can feel like that. And as I've been working with the gods and working on stuff, and they've been showing me repeatedly. My problem is, and I don't mind discussing it with you because maybe it'll help you, maybe you have the same one, is that I get a very specific goal in mind and I will tell the gods, and I don't mind telling you what it is because maybe you have it too, or maybe you have something else. I will say, just give me $1 million. Just give me $1 million somehow for a lottery win or a rich uncle or something, and I said, I will feel fine. I will feel fine. Just give me the $1 million, and I've been after them for like years and years and years and years. And I will alternate that with, okay, if you won't give me the $1 million, then I have this huge list of stuff. Like give me the money or do all this stuff for her. And the gods aren't going to answer our prayers like that in general. Maybe some person somewhere once prayed and by happenstance it happened, but we get this one thing that we will tell the gods, and for me it's the $1 million. If you don't give me this $1 million, I know you don't love me, you're not going to take care of me. I'm going to end up homeless and blind and toothless and die in an alley. And it's like this very specific thing, and they're looking at me like, okay. And every day the gods are trying to send us messages like, look, he's destroying lights, and the message machine will go crazy sometimes, and so it's like Hermes coming in. And other gods will send stuff, and birds will come out of nowhere, and I'll have like a bunch of birds outside, and it's like, how many messages do you need? We're going to take care of you. And I had a goddess ask me today, I couldn't even tell you who it was, and they were like, why are you humans so scared? I said, we know we'll be taken care of. I think we all have faith that we'll be taken care of, but we're afraid because it might not be the way we want. I want that $1 million. I won't shut up about it. Well, they won't give me monopoly money, I think. But they might answer it. I think what we're really afraid of is that they might answer. Like when I'm asking for the $1 million, what I'm really afraid of is I'll end up living in a shelter somewhere, and that will be the gods taking care of me. But that's not what I want. I want the $1 million. I want to be on a beach, and I want to. And we just have to have faith that the gods are going to answer our prayers in the way that's best for us and will fulfill us the most, and we're going to end up where we need to be. And because that is not where we want to be, is not necessarily, a bad thing, though it does take time to adjust in our life. And we're not all suddenly psychic, by the way, when we start thinking of bad things. You and I didn't certainly, suddenly develop psychic senses because we're seeing disaster in our future. It's a thing of, it's human nature to be afraid of the future. It's human nature. Our hunter-gatherer ancestors were like, gather all the stuffs, fight the other people for their stuffs, gather all the stuffs, and then still sit there and freak out with our little monkey brains because we're monkeys with anxiety, as some people say. And, sometimes it's hard to have faith because we do get that one thing. And my thing is that $1 million. You give me the $1 million, and I think the rest of that sentence is, and I will take care of it myself because I don't have faith in you. And that's a terrible thing to say, but, and the gods will go back and forth with me. They're like, okay, we give you the $1 million. What will you do? They're not giving it to me, by the way, but they're like, okay, you get your $1 million. What will you do? And I have this whole list of all the stuff I would do. I like pay off loans. I get this done. I get that done. It would all be stuff that I could get done, It wouldn't be like just silliness. And they just look sometimes profoundly disappointed, like you're really not getting it. You're really not getting it. You've got that one thing you won't let go of. And it's kind of like I saw this thing of, and you know it's this channel, so don't be surprised or offended. I saw this thing of there's this little girl and she has this tiny teddy bear, and there's Jesus kneeling by her, and he has his hand out and he's saying, "Could you give me your teddy bear, sweetie?" And she's like, "But this is all I have, this little tiny thing." But he's got this huge teddy bear behind his back. I mean, it's obviously so honking big, there's no way this child can't see it. And he's gonna give her so much more if she will let go of that one thing. I don't know why that feels timely. I so super apologize for 9 million videos in one day. But when Oski decides to come up behind you and put his hand on you, he's like, "You are doing this and you are doing this now and get this out now." So the music video in this, it's like I am being shoved from behind, guys. I do apologize, but it feels super timely. And you guys are, my first concern. Taking care of you is my first concern, not you're crying, I'm not crying off view counts or getting popular or whatever. It's like I have to take care of you. And I don't speak for the gods, but if it feels like they're shoving me on something, I'll do it. So, it feels super timely. I know sometimes we don't get that one thing we want. Hey, I want my loans paid off. I want $1 million. The gods will take care of us. I spent a half hour on the phone with my friend, and she's the one that she's as good as gold, better. And guys, she goes through so much stuff, and she's going through a process now, bit by bit, where they're trying to get her ready to move. Finally, she's like agreeing that she will move. But being Miss Independence, she's gonna move into some kind of, assisted housing. And poor as a church mouse, but she ain't giving up. Going through all this cancer treatment, they lost her damn heart medication, and she didn't have it for like a couple weeks. Okay, and she was starting to have problems. So I'm like, oh dear Lord Jesus, I know I was thinking of a reason to call her. And she finally got it, and everything finally works out in that woman's life. It's like, I don't know how, because she's always 1 second away from total disaster and ruin, but it always works out for her. She's like the poorest person I know, and she's still running a business, going everywhere every day, by the grace of the gods, or her god, or whomever. She's still alive and kicking, and she's fiercely independent, and she will not go live with her children, even though they keep saying, "Ma," you know, because, she's so, I'm not making fun of her, she's so poor. They're like, "Ma, we know you qualify, and we know you love being independent, but why won't you move in with us and save all this money?" Miss Independence. She's like America in one person, is what she is. So I hope that helps, guys. It just feels super timely, and like I said, if the gods are shoving me ahead, you will get something. I don't speak for the gods, but it felt timely, and I have a little fox nipping at me, and I have a wolf body slamming me. So I hope you guys are well, and I will see you later. Bye bye.